0:100 to 0:15. Intro music swells, then fades to low ambient eerie sounds. Narrator. Imagine a ship, adrift on the vast, unforgiving Atlantic. Not crippled by storm, nor aflame with disaster, but utterly, inexplicably, silent. Its sails set, its cargo intact, a meal half eaten in the galley. Yet, not a soul aboard. No trace of struggle, no sign of distress, just an echoing void where life once thrived. This is the enduring, chilling enigma of the Mary Celeste, a name synonymous with ghost ships. A maritime mystery that has baffled historians and captivated imaginations for over a century and a half. 0:15 to 0:45. VISUAL. Wide shot of open ocean. Then fade to vintage drawing of a sailing ship. Narrator. Asterisk on the 4th of December, 1872. A brigantine named the Dei Gratia was sailing a routine course from New York to Gibraltar. Its captain, David Morehouse, was an experienced seaman. As the day wore on, his crew spotted another vessel, seemingly struggling, approximately 600 miles east of the Azores. It was a brigantine, like his own. But something was profoundly wrong. Her sails were partially set, some tattered, some hanging loose. She yawed erratically, a vessel without a hand at her helm. 0:45 to 1:15. VISUAL. Artwork depicting the Dei Gratia approaching the Mary Celeste. Zoom in on the Mary Celeste's deck. Narrator. Morehouse, a man of the sea, knew this wasn't right. He ordered his ship to approach. As they drew closer, the name painted on her stern became clear. Mary Celeste. She was American registered. And to Morehouse's surprise, he recognized her. He had dined with her captain, Benjamin Briggs, just weeks earlier in New York, before both ships set out on their respective transatlantic voyages. A profound sense of unease settled over the Dei Gratia crew. There was no flag of distress, no human response to their hails. 1:15 to 1:45. VISUAL. Interior shots of an abandoned ship, emphasizing eeriness. Ghostly silence sound effect. Narrator. First Mate Oliver DeVoe, along with two of the Dei Gratia's crew, rowed across to the silent ship. What they found aboard the Mary Celeste would become one of history's most compelling and perplexing maritime mysteries. The ship was utterly deserted. Not a soul, living or dead, was to be found. But what truly amplified the terror was the absence of chaos. The presence of ordinary life arrested mid-moment. 1:45 to 2:15. VISUAL. Montage of details. HALF eaten meal. Sewing machine. Child's toy. Logbook. Narrator. Asterisk in the galley. A meal was laid out, seemingly untouched, in the captain's cabin. Personal effects remained. A sewing machine. A child's toy. Clothes. The ship's logbook, found in the mate's cabin, contained entries up to November 25, indicating the Mary Celeste had been adrift for at least 9 days. The last entry recorded her position near Santa Maria in the Azores. There was no sign of a struggle, no blood, no obvious violence. The ship's papers, except for the logbook and the captain's navigation instruments, a chronometer and sextant, were missing. The single lifeboat, typically stowed on deck, was also gone. 2:15 to 2:45. VISUAL. Old photos, drawings of Captain Briggs and his family. Text overlay. Fact 1. The ship's cursed beginnings. Narrator. To understand the enigma, we must first meet the ship and its captain. The vessel we know as the Mary Celeste began life under a different name. The Amazon. Launched in 1861 from Spencer's Island, Nova Scotia. She was a brigantine of 282 tons. Here's compelling fact 1. The Amazon seemed plagued by misfortune from the outset. Her first captain fell ill and died on her maiden voyage. Her second captain, John Nutting Parker, died suddenly aboard her. She was involved in a collision in the English Channel, and later ran aground off the coast of Newfoundland. This early string of ill luck led some to label her a cursed ship, long before the events of 1872. 245 to 315. VISUAL. Portrait of Captain Benjamin Briggs. Map showing route from New York to Genoa. Narrator. In 1869. She was purchased by American owners, repaired, refurbished, and renamed the Mary Celeste. Her new captain was Benjamin Spooner Briggs, a man of impeccable reputation, known for his piety, sobriety, and seamanship. He was a respected figure from a long line of Massachusetts mariners. On this fateful voyage, Briggs wasn't alone. Aboard with him were his wife, Sarah Elizabeth Cobb Briggs, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia Matilda. Their 7-year-old son, Arthur, remained at home with relatives, a decision that would spare him a terrible fate. The crew consisted of 7 experienced sailors, including a first mate, second mate, and a steward, all considered reliable hands. 315 to 345. VISUAL. Dockside scene. New York. 1872. Cargo being loaded. Narrator. The Mary Celeste departed from Staten Island, New York, on November 7, 1872, bound for Genoa, Italy. Her cargo was 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol, raw industrial alcohol made undrinkable with additives. This cargo, seemingly innocuous, would later become a central piece of the puzzle. The Dei Gratia, under Captain Morehouse, left New York just 7 days later, also bound for Gibraltar. 345 to 415. VISUAL. Montage of the Discovery again. Empty deck. Gone lifeboat. Hatches secure. Narrator. Let's return to the Discovery. DeVoe's initial inspection of the Mary Celeste was thorough. Beyond the missing people and lifeboat, he noted several other crucial details. One of the ship's 2 pumps was disassembled. Its sounding rod, used to measure water in the bilge, was found on deck. The main hatch was securely battened down, but the forward hatch was slightly ajar. 3.5 feet of water was found in the hold. Not an alarming amount for a ship of her size, but unusual. The ship's chronometer and sextant, vital for navigation, were gone, suggesting a planned, albeit hasty, departure from the ship, rather than a sudden, panicked abandonment. 415 to 445. VISUAL. Gibraltar Harbor. 1872. Vice Admiralty Court. Judge Solly Flood Portrait. Narrator. The Dei Gratia crew, led by DeVoe, sailed the Mary Celeste into Gibraltar Harbor on December 13, 1872, 9 days after her discovery. What followed was a Vice Admiralty Court inquiry, overseen by the Attorney General for Gibraltar, Frederick Solly Flood. Here's compelling fact 2. Judge Flood, a man known for his rigid and somewhat suspicious nature, immediately suspected foul play. He theorized mutiny and murder, or perhaps insurance fraud orchestrated by Captain Briggs and Morehouse, given their prior acquaintance. 4:45 to 5:15. VISUAL. Courtroom sketches. Close-up on evidence. Sword marks. Cut ropes. Narrator. Flood's investigation was intense. Almost a witch hunt. He pointed to what he believed were bloodstains on the captain's sword and marks on the ship's rail, suggesting violence. However, the bloodstains were later found to be rust, and the sword marks were likely natural wear and tear. His suspicions were so strong that the De Gratia's crew, despite their heroic salvage, were only awarded a fraction of the usual salvage fee, due to the lingering cloud of suspicion. Compelling fact 3. **** Flood's biased inquiry, fueled by a lack of concrete evidence and an overactive imagination, contributed significantly to the ghost ship legend, as he dismissed more rational explanations in favor of dramatic but unsubstantiated theories. 5:15 to 5:45. VISUAL. Montage of wild theories. PIRATES. Sea monsters. Alien abduction. Stylized. Narrator. Over the decades, countless theories have emerged to explain the disappearance of the Mary Celeste's crew. Some were truly fantastical. Sea monsters, giant squid, even alien abduction. More grounded, yet ultimately dismissed, theories included. 5:45 to 6:15. VISUAL. Pirate ship attacking sailing ship. Narrator. * piracy. This was quickly ruled out. The cargo of valuable alcohol was almost entirely intact, and personal valuables, including money, were found undisturbed in the captain's cabin. Pirates typically plunder goods and valuables, leaving behind a scene of ransacked chaos, not an orderly abandonment. 6:15 to 6:45. VISUAL. Mutiny on ASHIP. Fighting crew. Narrator. * mutiny. This theory also failed to hold water. Captain Briggs was well respected, and his crew experienced and seemingly loyal. There was no sign of struggle, no weapons found, and the ship's condition didn't suggest a violent takeover. The presence of Briggs' wife and young daughter further makes mutiny highly improbable. 6:45 to 7:15. VISUAL. Ship sinking. Stormy seas. Waterspout. Narrator. * natural disasters. A sudden seaquake or waterspout could have caused the crew to panic and abandon ship. However, the Mary Celeste was found relatively undamaged, and while a waterspout could have created a terrifying, disorienting event, it wouldn't fully explain the methodical removal of the chronometer and sextant, implying a planned, temporary evacuation. 7:15 to 7:45. VISUAL. Barrels of alcohol in a ship's hold. Vapor rising. Narrator. The most widely accepted and scientifically plausible theory revolves around the ship's volatile cargo, the 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol. Compelling fact 4. **** This cargo, especially in wooden barrels, could have produced highly flammable and explosive fumes. It's believed that a buildup of these vapors in the hold, perhaps exacerbated by warm weather or a minor leak, caused a small, contained explosion or a series of burps, concussions of gas that would have been terrifying but not destructive. 7:45 to 8:15. Visual. Captain Briggs looking concerned. Crew lowering lifeboat. Rope snapping. Narrator. Imagine the scene. Captain Briggs. Smelling the fumes. Perhaps hearing a muffled explosion. Would have been deeply concerned for his family and crew. A prudent captain would order an immediate, temporary evacuation to the lifeboat, tethering it to the ship until the danger passed and the hold could be aired. The missing chronometer and sextant support this. They would be essential for getting back to the ship, or for navigation if the tether broke. The partially disassembled pump and the sounding rod on deck suggest the crew was indeed checking for water in the bilge, perhaps in response to a suspected leak causing the fumes. 8:15 to 8:45. Visual. Empty lifeboat drifting. Distant shot of the Mary Celeste. Narrator. The most tragic part of this theory is the likely outcome. While tethered, a sudden squall, a rogue wave, or a simple failure of the rope could have severed the connection between the lifeboat and the Mary Celeste. Adrift in the vast Atlantic, with minimal supplies. The chances of survival for Briggs, his family, and his crew would have been almost non-existent. The Mary Celeste, now unburdened by her temporary passengers, would have sailed on, a silent testament to a sudden, horrifying twist of fate. 8:45 to 9:15. Visual. Various shots of the Mary Celeste's later owners. Eventual wreckage. Narrator. The Mary Celeste's story didn't end there. After the inquiry, she was sold and passed through many owners. Always carrying the shadow of her past, she was involved in several minor accidents and continued to be viewed with suspicion. Compelling fact 5. Her final ignominious end came on January 3, 1885. When she was deliberately scuttled off the coast of Haiti by her then owner, Captain Gilman C. Parker, as part of an attempted insurance fraud. Parker and his co-conspirators were tried and convicted, adding a final, bitter twist to the ship's tragic narrative. 9:15 to 9:45. Visual. Fade to black and white photo of the Mary Celeste. Then slowly fade to a modern ocean view. Narrator. The Mary Celeste remains one of the most enduring mysteries in maritime history. While the alcohol vapor theory offers a compelling and rational explanation, the lack of definitive proof means the ship will forever sail in the annals of the unexplained. Her story isn't just about a ship and a vanished crew. It's a testament to the power of the unknown, the fragility of human life against the might of the ocean, and the enduring fascination with a riddle that refuses to be fully solved. 9:45 to 10 o'clock. Outro music swells. Text overlay. What do you think happened to the Mary Celeste? Let us know in the comments below. Narrator. What do you believe happened aboard the Mary Celeste? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest enigmas. Until next time, keep exploring the past. 10 o'clock. Music fades out.